Hey there guys, I'm Cam from Audio Joint and today we are jumping into the world of beat making. I'm going to show you a record that I made which is suitable for artists such as Rod Wave and Toosii. So before we dive in, here's a beat preview. Sounds dope, right? Let's break it down step by step. So, first I started by playing this piano pattern right here. Right now we're in the key of B minor. I played a chord progression of 1, 7, 6, 7 without any effects. By itself sounds like this. Sounds really nice. The next thing that I added is actually a pad. The pad is an absolute copy of the chord progression, but as you can see here, it is actually reversed. You can press the Alt and Y key and it's going to reverse it back. So I loaded this instance of Omnisphere. Yeah, it's textures playable, and this is the fields of glass. The pad by itself sounds like this. So on the pad there is only an EQ which cuts the lows and does a little cut here because I wanted to leave room for the piano. The thing is that every next instrument that you add, you have to strive for a different frequency range, because at the end, when you're doing post-production and mixing, it's going to be easier for you to find place for each instrument because each instrument is in a different frequency range. The thing is that I reversed it because after that, I consolidated it and placed it into the playlist. So, reversed, the first pad sounds like this. As you can see, there are two instances of that export, and you're probably wondering why I did that. I wanted to achieve the Haas effect. The Haas effect is basically duplicating a wave, but one of the waves, that is the duplicated one, plays slightly slower, just a couple of milliseconds. What this does to the wave is that it actually creates a very wide stereo image. So if I just solo this track and returned it just to the middle, it was going to sound like this. As you can see, it's really straightforward. It's only in the middle. It's not really part of the stereo picture. So let me just turn it back the way it was. So the way that you do that is that you have to duplicate the sample or the consolidated result that you're using. After that, you have to make it unique by clicking this button right here. You have to turn it all the way to the right. We turn this one all the way to the left. As I said previously, to achieve the Haas effect, one of the waves has to be slightly slower than the other. So basically, you have to zoom in a lot. Zoom in like this. You can just hold Alt and left mouse key and just push it a bit further, this is going to achieve the same result that we actually listened to earlier. As you can see, now the stereo image is a lot wider. So this is it. The next thing that I added was this pad right here. It sounds like this. As you can see, I applied the Haas effect once again. This pad is once again, I think, from Omnisphere. Yep, Omnisphere, textures playable, underwater music box. As you can see, I didn't tweak anything. Basically, it sounds as it was. There are no effects, only reverb on the aux here. The next thing that I added were these guitar bends from Splice. So basically this was it for the harmonic and the melodic section. So let's jump right into the drums. The first thing that I added was actually this snare and this clap, which play both in this pattern. The next thing I added was this open hat playing this pattern. As you can see, one of them is a bit panned to the left, and they also have different velocities right here. Then I added this crash. The next thing that I added was this hi-hat pattern. Next one is a shaker. Next thing I added was this conga. As you can see, one of them is straight in the middle, the other one is to the right. After that, another conga. After that, I added a counter snare to the main one, which plays this type of pattern. Then I played this open hat pattern. After that, I added a tambourine. The final thing that I added for the percussive section was this perk loop from Splice. It sounds like this. As you can see, once again, we used the Haas effect. After that, I added this kick playing this pattern. Then I added this 808, which is playing the same pattern as the kick, but every note is using the root note of our chord progression. And for the kick and 808 section, I also wanted to add a percussive element that takes a bit from the high end, because by doing that, your kick and 808 are going to get the feeling of punching through the mix, even if the mix is not yet done. So the whole drum section sounds like this together. Dope. After that, I wanted to create a bridge before the chorus. A really nice way to do that is actually adding a bass line and getting rid of the kick and the 808. So what I did was, when we get to the bridge here, we add the pad, and instead of having a kick and an 808, I added this bass line and this sub. The bass line here plays the root notes of our chord progression. I think it's a growler move from Omnisphere. However, I did not like the low end on that bass, so I placed a sub bass. I think it was from 3x oscillator, just a sign that plays a low frequency note, and together the bass line and the sub sound like this. Bass lines are very tenacious, so if you want to bring tension before the chorus, you can use this technique. The last thing that I added to the beat were 3 transitions, and they sound like this together. And there you have it, a complete beat from scratch. Remember that beat making is all about creativity and practicing, so keep practicing, and most importantly, have fun with what you're doing. If you want to find out how this exact beat was mixed, you can check the next video. I'm going to leave a button somewhere here at the top and a link down in the description. Catch you in the next tutorial, and peace out.